Commanders and future commanders alike, welcome to my Zero to Legendary mini-series. This is Framenthor, and in this series I'll be diving into how I would go about getting my legendary items if I started completely fresh. From picking the right profession, to prioritizing gold making, events and crafting, I'll show you step by step what I would do if I was starting over today. This video is aimed at new players, but maybe some veterans could also pick up a tip or two. Subscribe if you like content like this, comment if you think I missed something or would like to add your 2 cents. And before we get started, I just want you to remember, legendaries in Guild Wars 2 are a marathon, not a sprint. Now, let's get into it.
And now, His Royal Majesty, the 98th Emperor of the Holy Britannian Empire.
All
Mastery.
are not created equal.
Okay, now that we're level 80, I need Mastries. Mastries, quality of life, basically, but also some benefits in certain content. So, first Mastries I would go for. Not even close. We're gonna get 3 different Masteries in Fractal Attunement, okay? We're gonna get up to Recursive Resourcing, then I'm gonna go for Pack Commander all the way to the end. How do you level Masteries? Pick the Mastery, fill up the XP bar, you get the Mastery, and then you spend Mastery points. How do you get Mastery points? One way is extremely easy. You just you type in Insight, and you get a list of all of the Insight Mastery points. Insight Mastery points, you just walk up to them and you basically get them, okay? If you want to filter based on which Mastery points you want to find, go to Add Mastery Point Filter and add, let's say we're looking for Core Mastery Points, so add Core Mastery Points. Now, I will not see anything for Insight because I already got all of them. You would see a list of about 11 Mastery Points. Other than that though, you're gonna have a massive list here, bigger than mine, because again, I cannot see the ones that I already fulfilled. But anyways, you can also go through here and find whichever Mastery Points you want. Another cool thing is, some of them also have Ascended accessories for them. So here you go, another Ascended accessory. So go through them, figure out which ones you want. Personally, at this point of the game, I don't really care about these. We're going to go over a better farm for Ascended gear. However, maybe one of these would be easy enough that I would get my first Ascended accessory, but I'll get rid of it extremely fast as soon as I get to what will be later on here, the Unbound magic section. And of course, there's no point talking about Masteries without talking about Blish HUD first. So, how do you get all the insights? Well, obviously you can see them on the map. However, some of them are a bit harder to reach, like this one is inside of the cave. What we do have is an add-on called Blish HUD. Now, can you use it or not? Honestly, use at your own risk. However, since Guild Wars 2 has been around, I've never heard of anyone getting banned for using Blish HUD. There's plenty of guides online. Muckluck does a great job with it, of course. I mean, does a great job with all of his guides about the add-ons. There is Blish for Worldview World. There is Blish for raiding. Just go on YouTube, find a Blish HUD guide. It doesn't matter. How do you download it? Go to blishhud.com, get it. Okay, this is not the type of guide where I'm going to talk about this. This is just the steps I would take. I'm introducing you to concepts if you don't know them, and you know, it's not that hard to find information about it outside of this guide. Okay, so what does it do? Okay, so Blish HUD is just a collective of add-ons. Okay, so module repo, and you just have a whole list. My favorite by far is pathing. So type in path, you get pathing. What does pathing do? It opens this little window over here, and you can have a lot of modules that you can put into this one, which would show you a guided path. My favorite is Tech It. However, for this one, I'm using Lady Alyssa's Guide. I like them for mastery points and other things. It just looks cleaner in my opinion. But anyways, I already have it set up, so when I activate Lady Alyssa's Guide, you can see these arrows forming on the map, and it would basically lead me all the way to the mastery point. Okay, so this is the easiest way to get the insights if you're not sure how to get them. You can do map completion with it, all that stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much Blish HUD. Okay, let's talk about priorities, mastery priorities. Okay, so as I said, we're going for 3 recursive resourcing. Okay, and then we're gonna go to Pack Commander, finish up all of Pack Commander. After that, I'm going to finish Fractal Attunement, Mistlock Singularity. So we do 1, 2, 3, 6, 4. Okay, then only then do I care about a legendary crafting. After this, okay, while we're doing this, we can also start doing Heart of Thorns. Honestly, I'll tell you right now, I'm skipping legendary crafting until pretty much end of Dragons. I don't really care about this. All I care about is advanced logistics in this line because auto loot. All I care about is recursive resourcing because you get more out of your fractals rewards. Okay, and once you're done with those, Mistlock Singularity is just a nice little addition to fractals, makes you a bit stronger, helps you with using like this instrument inside of Mistlock that gives you 10 agony resistance. It's great, not very useful early on, but it's nice to have. Okay, anyways, after that we also have Heart of Thorns. Now, Heart of Thorns, my priority here is getting new HoT stealth detection. You will unlock most of these to some extent, 1 or 2 levels of it during the story. If you do the Heart of Thorns story, you're gonna get pretty much all of them, at least 1. Once you finish the story, priority by far is new HoT stealth detection. We're gonna talk about it. Why after? After new HoT stealth detection, raids, gliding, ancient magic. Okay, this is from Living World Season 3. Okay, so stealth detection, raids, gliding, ancient magic. Everything else, like whenever you want. Obviously, this is just what I would do. Okay, and we're going to talk about why I want ancient magics as well, because Living World Season 3 is where we are farming our Ascended for the most part at this point. Next, let's talk about Provisioner tokens. You might as well start early on these because they are weekly locked. You can only get 7, well, not really. You can get a lot of them per week, realistically, but they start getting expensive if you really want to try and get as many as you can. So they're like extremely cheap ones. The way I go about it is there is Guild Wars 2 Wiki, and you just go to Faction Provisioner, okay, and you just look what is available. Right now, for example, I don't need Mystic Forge Stones, so I'm using them. You should use Mystic Forge Stones though. You should keep them. Okay, I'm going to talk about one nice little thing you can do with Mystic Forge Stones, and then yeah, anyways, obsidian shards are pretty cheap, so you can use them once you know how to get them. Anything that is above 30 silver, 35 silver, I usually don't want to go for. So for example, we got the Assassin Cried stuff here, you know, maybe, right? All of these guys, these are all from Heart of Thorns, right? Heart of Thorns is by far the cheapest one. Everything after that starts getting pretty expensive. Okay, so as you can see, there's multiple there, like 30. For each section, for each NPC, you can get 7 out of them per week. Okay, but you can do it all in one go. So you can just give this Ogre Provisioner 7 Berserker Cried Star, and you get 7 provision, what do you call them? Tokens. Okay, what do you need provision tokens for? Honestly, there's only one thing you need from them, and that is the Gift of Craftsmanship, this thing. Everything else is like a bonus, but you need gifts of craftsmanship. Pretty much every legendary, you need at least 1 gift of craftsmanship. I'm pretty sure, like every armor piece I remember, you need a gift of craftsmanship. I'm pretty sure every weapon needed it. Don't remember the exact amount, but like pretty sure you need it for like every single one. Gift of Magic Prosperity, yeah, you need it. Okay, Gift of Mighty Prosperity, these are all for the armor, for example, right? Legendary Relic, yeah, you need it. Legendary Rune, yeah, you need it. Legendary Sigil, yeah, you need it. Okay, so many of them you're gonna need it for. I don't have an exact list of which legendaries need it, but assume that pretty much every legendary needs it. Have like a few of them in storage at any point, just to like, you know, get ready for a legendary, or just have a bunch of provisioner tokens, something you can do on the daily to farm them as well. Let's talk about the Mystic Forge Stone real quick. So this is, let me teach you how to use the Mystic Forge, because honestly I had no idea how it works for the longest time when I started off. Basically, so you have Mystic Forge Stones, okay? You only need 3 of them, but we're gonna take all of them. Then you're gonna need 1 of each crafting. Okay, so you get the Fine Salvage, Journeyman, and Master Salvage Kit, okay? And then you're gonna go to this Mystic Toilet, okay? And you're gonna put those items in. Obviously, like you can see, I have a bunch of things that I can put in, but you know, once you put, not legendary spike, once you put the Mystic Forge Stone, it would highlight what can go with it, right? And it already knows that Fine Salvage Kit, Master Salvage Kit, and Journeyman Kit, you can use those, and then you would get a 250 stacks, right? You get a 250 usable salvage kit. One of the best salvage kits in the game. 25% chance of rare materials, 80% chance of salvaging upgrades, which is basically similar to, well, actually it is the same as the Silver-Fed Salvage-O-Matic, okay? Which is the one thing you use for basically exotic items. When you have them and you don't have anything to do with them, then you use this one. So instead you can just use this one, and then you save yourself 600 diamonds basically. Okay, so that is the Mystic Forge, that is the Mystic Forge Stone, that is the only use you have for it. If you already have, honestly, if you have the, you know, the infinite consumables, you can just get rid of all of your Mystic Forge Stones, okay? I'm keeping them, like I'm using them here and there, but for the most part, like they have no other use, and then you can turn all of them into provisioner tokens. So here you can see me standing in a random spot, in a random place, just standing, looking at mushrooms. I do not expect you to do this when I say we're farming treasure mushrooms. What are treasure mushrooms? Wiki treasure mushroom. Okay. So, treasure mushrooms are invisible mushrooms, which, by the way, even if you don't see them, you can tag them if you do an AoE ability and you know where it is, which you won't know unless other players are fighting it, and kinda you can tell where it is, where they're hitting. Anyways, there is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. There's 5 treasure mushrooms in the open world. 3 are behind a huge meta event. One of these 8, don't bother doing right now. It has a 15-minute to an hour spawn rate. It is in a very annoying place to get if you don't have a griffin. Okay? I just would not bother with this one. However, the other 4 in the open world, I would check on them during certain times, okay? Ideally, when it's like nobody's playing, like there's just not a lot of players, okay? And during, like, if you're in the area, like just check on it. Or if you're waiting for something and you got like 10 minutes, do a quick round, see if they spawn, okay? Most of my magic mushrooms that I kill, I never wait for them. I just pop in. I was like, oh, okay, so like, let's see. I popped in here. It's like, oh, no magic mushroom. All right, cool. I'm going to, let's go to Bloodstone Fen, okay? So I'm going to Bloodstone Fen. All right. Gonna drop out of here. Obviously, you're not gonna have the teleport scroll, but you will have this waypoint once you unlock Bloodstone Fen. Okay, we're gonna go down. Now, technically, you can just jump down and then stop yourself with gliding. I'm gonna use the Griffin, obviously, but you just go all the way down. All right, you go here. You check any magic mushroom. No magic mushroom. All right, cool. So we're just gonna go to the next area. Literally, this is how I farm magic mushrooms. I never wait for them. It is a waste of time if you wait for them. They are important, but they're not that important, okay? You go, okay, next spot. Let's see, magic mushroom. Oh, look, no magic mushroom. All of these ones, so aside from like the first one you saw, these ones have like 10 to 20 minutes spawn rate. I think 10 to 15 to be honest. All right, then just go, okay, next spot, whatever, right? And just do a quick round, just check if they're up. Okay, just gonna go, oh, mess that up. Gonna go up here, get on the Griffin, and I really messed that up because of that first thing, but whatever, yeah, we're gonna go here. All right, let's see, any magic mushroom? No magic mushroom. Okay, so that's basically how I do it. Okay, I just bounce between place to place. If they're here, that's cool. If they're not, that's, you know, that's not cool. Usually a good indicator if a magic mushroom is up or not, or is about to be up, is if there's a bunch of players waiting. Because let's say like this, if the mushroom just died, there's probably no players here. If I'm waiting here, let's say like I'm one of those people who is waiting for a mushroom, and then somebody comes and he sees me wait and he joins me, and then another person comes and sees wait, so it's like the more people there are waiting, the more time has passed, the less time there is to wait for the mushroom. If you go to a place and it's empty, there are no people, magic mushroom is unlikely to spawn that moment, except unless when, you know, it's like the dead hours of the game, like practically no one's online, dead middle of the night, stuff like that, right? Like when the population of the game goes down, obviously there will be less people waiting for certain things. Okay, now why do you want to farm magic mushrooms? Funny enough, for me, I do it for spirit shards. However, there is a very, very important item called invisible boot box. Making sure the mushroom is not here while I'm talking about this, okay? Other than the invisible boot box, the most important thing here for me is spirit shards. Also, great way to level up your masteries. You get a lot of XP from them. It's like 30%, 25% of your level, something like that, maybe 30%. Kind of hard to tell, but it looks like 3 or 4 of them is a level up. Okay, you get a spirit shard, which at this point in the game, when you're farming masteries, you're not gonna get a spirit shard. So you might as well kill these guys, get a spirit shard, and get XP for a mastery. Now, what is an invisible boot box? Okay, invisible boot box contains invisible slippers, boots, or stompers. You choose one of them. Why do you want them? And by the way, look how many people came here. There must be a magic mushroom coming up because, you know, there's a lot of people here for no good reason, like out of nowhere. You know, came doing an event. I don't know. I feel like a magic mushroom might pop up any second, but don't really care about it right now. So, invisible slippers. Why do you want invisible slippers, or any of them? Invisible boots. Oh, there we go. There's just 3 items right there. This is why you want them. If you are one of the lucky ones, by the way, treasure mushroom right there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, it spawned. We're going in, we're going in hot. It's gonna die really fast because this is where you practice your raid rotation. Okay, gonna kill a magic mushroom real quick. Oh, nice. All of them left. Everybody's gonna just jump on this magic mushroom right here. Okay, well, I don't need to try anymore. I tagged it. I can chill now. But anyways, yeah, so you are trying to get invisible boots, okay? Invisible boots. Okay, they all sell for a lot. And by the way, if you get one of these, honestly, you won't need to sell your first legendary weapon to make money. You are set for like 3 legendaries right away. A legendary is about a 600 gold expense up to 1,000 of materials if you like have absolutely no materials. So if you sell one of those after the tax and whatever, you're gonna have like 2,400 gold in your bank. You are set for the longest time. Let me just see if I get the boots. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I'm doing a video. Can you guys kill it? Please kill it. Please. Please kill it faster. Please. Do we get the boots? No boots. Because, again, very, very low chance to get them. Okay, so that's treasure mushrooms. The only way to see them, the only to start farming them, is you need stealth detection. Since we're talking about killing magical creatures, here's another cool thing you can do with Blish HUD, right? So you just go to Blish HUD and you can see event timers, which is really nice, right? And then if you go to group events or just use all events, you can find the leyline anomaly. Okay, you can also put on like a watch list, so it's a bit easier. So you can just, these are all the events that I used to watch. I don't watch all of them, I just didn't update it. Okay, and then you just go and you find, okay, this will spawn in 10 minutes. The location would be this waypoint. So it copies it to clipboard. If you paste it into your tag, it will give you the waypoint of the map where the leyline anomaly will be. Okay, and then you wanna just kill this guy once a day. He gives you a mystic coin. Right now, there's also an event going on. The daily festival for wins. When you finish the daily for it, where is the daily for it? This one. Alright, when you finish this daily, you can get another mystic coin. So technically right now you can get 2 mystic coins. Mystic coins are extremely important because even though you can buy them, they cost about 2 gold a pop. But that is how you get your mystic clovers. On the weekly rotation, mystic clovers cost 2 mystic coins. If you are avoiding the daily rotation, mystic clovers cost 3 mystic coins. So you don't want to miss the weekly rotation of mystic clovers. Okay, you want to buy as many as you can at the 33% discount rate. Okay, so once you do that, you can once you farm mystic coins, you can get mystic clovers. Oh my god, I can't even speak about it. Anyways, what I like to do to get my leyline anomaly done, I actually start my day by killing Tequatl. So like during reset, Tequatl spawns on reset, and then right after Tequatl, I go and I kill the leyline anomaly. Simple as that. Okay. Another name for him, just fun trivia, is the Naked Man, and you can see why on the screen. And another important thing, this is where Blish HUD helps us out again with its pathing. It would be daily collecting WinterBerries. Okay, you can see the huge yellow line telling us how to get our WinterBerries. Okay, I usually don't follow all of it. I feel like this one is a bit of a waste. It's min-maxy, but it's a bit of a waste as well of time. I only like to farm this circle right here. I don't even go for these 3. So 1, 2, and 3, I kind of ignore them and I just go for these. Okay, and what can you do with WinterBerries? You can use this. Well, you can't use this. I can use it. Okay, you can go to this merchant right here. Okay, and he can sell you for a good chunk of WinterBerries. Technically, per day, I believe you can get about 40 WinterBerries, approximately. And I don't remember 100%, but I am fairly certain you can collect them on multiple characters. Don't quote me on that, but I think that is something you can do. They are character bound, unlike Bloodstone mines, which we're going to talk about soon. Okay, so what you can buy here, you can buy a bunch of Ascended gear. From this list, I'll tell you right now, the only thing you want is the accessory. Ignore the back item, I'll explain later. Ignore the ring, I'll explain later. But if you need it, I wouldn't. If this was me playing, I would just buy the Black Ice earring. and you can choose any stats you want from this. Now, another cool thing here is you can buy a mining pick, a gathering tool, where is it, and a logging axe that would give you unbound magic whenever you use it. Was it this guy who had it, or am I crazy? Yep, apparently I was crazy. You want to go to Sun Warming, who is slightly north of Sorrow's Eclipse over here, and grab it. And once you finish his heart, you can interact with him, and you can buy Unbound gathering tools. Okay, basically whenever you gather something, you're gonna get Unbound magic as well. So this is gonna be just insanely valuable for you, because you're gonna need a good chunk of Unbound magic at this point of the game. Okay, what another thing you can do is you can just wiki Unbound pick, and then you get this page. Unbound mining pick is actually what you want to type, but either way, and then tells you who sells this, and you just go and you buy it. These are all heart vendors in the Living World Season 3, from what I could tell. Siren's Landing, Ember Bay, Bitter Frost, Draconic, Ember Bay, Lake Dork, yeah, these are all from that. Okay, and once you got these, okay, you're gonna be using them. Honestly, grab as many as you can. I usually go with like 5 and like 10 or something like that, if I have the inventory space. If not, then just get used to coming here daily, I guess, because you're gonna have to recomplete the heart every time you want to buy them. Just buy as many as you can within reason, okay, that doesn't bother your inventory. My opinion, Bloodstone Fen and WinterBerries are the best ones. The other ones are good if you want just extra unbound magic. Anyways, if I go to this guy, okay, you can buy a ring, an amulet, and a backpack. So you don't need a backpack from the berries. You can get a backpack here. And why do you want these ones? Because of Bloodstone Capacitor. And this will reset the stats on the ring, or on the pendant, or on the back piece. Okay. Do I want to demonstrate? Screw it. I have nothing to use these on anyways. I might as well. So let's say I buy, you know, a blood ruby band. Okay, I go customize. I can pick any stat I want, right? Let's say I want rabbit and apothecary, right? It's like, oh wait, my build, you know what? I don't want that build anymore. Okay, boom. Reset. I can do it again. Okay, so your probably first pseudo legendary ring that you can get, and pseudo legendary back piece, and pseudo legendary necklace. Okay, necklace in my opinion is probably the best to get out of here because it has the best stats. However, it will also be the first one you will replace with an actual legendary, because the legendary necklace is free. So if you feel like you will get all of 3 of them anyways, start with the necklace. It has the most stats available. If you look at my items, for example, look how much the back piece gives, like 40, 63, 40. Meanwhile, the necklace is in the 100s, and then the ring is also in the 100s, but slightly less. Okay, these are the same. This is Berserker and this is Berserker. The necklace gives the most stats, so I would just go with the necklace first, then the ring, then the back. Okay, now you can only have 1 of each, like you can't have 2 rings because they are unique. So the second ring is the one from the fractals that I told you before. That is also, you can change the stats on. These are the... Excuse me, I see a magic mushroom. Okay, it's dead. No boots. I mean, honestly, I killed hundreds of mushrooms by now, but yeah, still no boots. Anyway, so yeah, so as I was saying, WinterBerries and the Bloodstones. Again, same thing, same concept. You're gonna go to the main waypoint. Oops. Not this one, this one. the main waypoint, you have your pathing unlocked, and then you go based on the route, right? The route starts here, so you're gonna go down here. Okay, good. Then you pick this up, and then you go around in circles. Okay, I'm getting volatile magic because I have volatile glyphs, so I get volatile magic instead of unbound magic, but yeah, both are as relevant. I think volatile is just better, so I just use volatile. Eventually you will be switching to volatile because you're gonna need it anyways. Right, so then you go by the route, get all of them, just follow the path, it will take you to all of them. Do note that just because there is supposed to be a spawn here, for example, it doesn't mean there will be a spawn. Okay, there's, I believe, only 26 out of the Bloodstone mine locations that actually spawn, and there's like 50 something of them marked. Okay, they have potential to spawn certain locations, they just not gonna spawn in every location all the time. WinterBerries, however, spawn exactly the same all the time. Okay, so this is one of your daily things that, well, one of my daily things that I would do if I was going for a legendary and just started the game. Okay, so WinterBerries and the Bloodstone and the magic mushrooms are added to a daily rotation for me. Okay, that is the end for episode 2. Let's do a quick daily rotation recap. What are the dailies that I would be doing at this point of the game? I would try to get my Tequatl done. I would try to get a Leyline Anomaly in. I would try to get treasure mushrooms, specifically if I'm in the area, not so much as in like waiting for them. I would definitely try to get my fractals going. WinterBerry daily, pretty much I would say mandatory. Bloodstone daily, pretty much I would say mandatory. Even the other Living World Season 3 locations, if I have the time, I would go and do them because you will need those materials for the legendary necklace. We talk about that in the next one. Event, if it's available, for example, 4 wins right now is available, so try to do the daily to get a mystic coin. And Astro Vault, extremely important because you can get clovers, mystic coins, gold, legendary prep. You can get a lot of things from the Astro Vault. Try to get it done daily, and at this point of the game we are still doing world v world because we don't want to risk having some event in the Astral daily that we cannot do, like killing something that is in a different expansion from where we are right now. Anyways, thank you for watching. Leave a comment if you hate me, leave a comment if you like what I'm saying. If this helped you, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.